Hey guys, it's Lily here. I just wanted to make a video. Well, I was gonna live stream actually, but it wasn't working, so I decided I just want to make a video and just kind of. I'm not gonna speak about where I've been. I'm not gonna speak about any of that stuff right now. It's not the video for it. I just want to read a speech that I performed today as a part of an exam. I feel that it has a powerful message and will help open people's eyes to the escalating epidemic of mental health problems in today's society. I performed the speech today, but this was obviously before we heard about the news with Etika, and I feel like in light of Etika's death, this would be a good time to share this with you. I'm not really in a place to comment on Etika's death, apart from just rest in peace, and it shouldn't have happened. Such a lovely guy and taken way too soon. And the fact that there were so many warning signs, but people just ignored them. And he was crying for help on social media, but nobody took notice. And it's just so sad to see that it came to this. So yeah, I'm going to read a speech that I wrote last night and performed today as a part of an exam. And I hope you take something away from it and the message kind of hits you, because I know it did for me. My name is Lola, and today I'm going to talk about why mental health complications are rising in young people and what we can do to combat them. A few weeks ago, I did an activity with a group of 8-year-olds where we asked them to give examples of illnesses. Words like cancer, asthma, the flu, or even a cold just rolled off their tongues. What about OCD, anxiety, depression, and PTSD? Nobody in a room of 38-year-olds gave any of these as examples. Even the parents who were contributing didn't suggest any mental illnesses. Why, I asked myself, why are mental illnesses not spoken about anywhere near as much as physical illnesses? People always talk about the physical illnesses and how they've affected them, and how people have unfortunately lost loved ones to cancer, diabetes, or other physical illnesses. But how often do you hear someone talking about the loved ones they've lost to suicide? Or how mental illnesses have affected Sorry guys, I'm not very good at speaking sometimes. Or how mental illnesses have affected their families. The stigma surrounding mental health is becoming an increasing problem, and we need to break this trend and start speaking out before it becomes too late. 1 in 10 children have diagnosable mental health complications. That's at least, on average, 3 students in every class. And in my experiences, I believe this number may be much higher. Yet, how come nobody talks about it? Children from low-income families are 4 times more likely to experience mental health complications. That's a lot of students in local schools like the one I go to. Mental health problems are on the rise, and people are ignoring this, and it's completely polluting our society. Firstly, I'm going to talk about the effects of social media. There are so many overwhelming pressures on social media for girls to look a specific way, have a certain figure, and fit a certain mould. If you don't show any skin and don't use suggestive language, you are considered frigid. If you claim to have slept with someone or wear revealing clothing, you are considered a slut or a slag. If you have a slim figure, you are lanky, ugly, or even anorexic, which is a term that's just thrown around these days without people really understanding what that term means. Yet, if you have even a remotely above average size figure, you are fat, you're ugly, obese, and diabetic. Girls just can't win. The pressures to be a specific way are felt like a weight on girls' shoulders every day, and we all feel constantly overwhelmed with pressure to do things right and make sure we don't slip up, say the wrong thing, or wear the wrong outfit. Parents of children I work with ask me, why are mental health problems on the rise? I wish people could look at the facts and take time to care about the issue that's killing off the future generation, and take action to help prevent it. Every suicide is someone's sister, mother, dad, brother, son, daughter lost. Why is it that only after we lose someone we're made aware of suicide prevention techniques, the issue of suicide, and what can lead up to it? Maybe if this was in place beforehand, we wouldn't have lost our loved ones. Maybe if people weren't scared of the S word that is suicide, people will be able to talk about this subject matter. The fact that society idolizes unrealistic body types that are only achievable by surgery or Photoshop exacerbates these problems and makes them so much worse. Society's idea of a perfect body isn't even realistic, and this is one of the participating factors as to why girls' self-harm figures are so high. As recorded in 2015, 1 in 5 young people aged 15 were reported having ever self-harmed, and young women were 3 times more likely to have self-harmed than young men. These figures are astonishing, and the fact that 35% of women aged 16 to 24 have reported suicidal thoughts is even more concerning. So why is it that I could just walk to the doctor's surgery and make an appointment for the same or next day just for a fever or just to get a checkup? Yet I'm left waiting on a waiting list to see someone from mental health services like CAMHS, for example, in the UK for over a year. The fact that, 3/4 of parents of children who are unwell seek help, mostly from schools, yet only 1/4 of children receive any support is disgusting. Why is there so little funding in mental health services? Suicide is the largest cause of mortality for young people under 35, yet people treat it as some sort of joke. Female suicide rates are currently their highest rate for a decade. We need to open our eyes as a society and start to tackle the issue at hand before it becomes too late. And for some people, it's unfortunately already too late. The next thing I want to talk about is male stereotypes. Although mental health complications in women are on the rise, women are twice as likely to reach out for help than men, leaving most young men in the dark. Whilst girls are brought up to be affectionate and loving, young boys are brought up to suppress their emotions, and they're made to believe that they are weak if they experience any mental health complications. This image that men must be hard and tough is completely poisoning our society, as men with mental health problems instantly think that there's something wrong with them and that they're alone, and that they're a coward to speak up about the way they are feeling. The parents of today are to blame for this, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents. We need to break these male stereotypes and teach our young lads that speaking up and expressing your feelings doesn't make you any less masculine. In fact, it makes you brave for seeking support. We are raising our children with these toxic gender stereotypes which are poisoning the youth and making them more likely to develop mental health problems such as depression, yet less likely to reach out for help. Because of this, men are 3 times as likely to take their own lives than women. The current suicide rate is honestly so shocking, and the fact that I have lost so many people who I care about personally to this tragic way really angers me and makes me so passionate about this subject. I'm going to end it here as I'm running out of time. But I want to leave on a final note. On average, every single day we lose 123 people to suicide. I'm just going to pause and let that figure sink in. 123 people every day. That means that between me starting this speech and me ending this speech, another life has been taken by suicide. And if the person who has unfortunately decided to do this within the 10 minutes that I've spent here with you received some help, some support, perhaps just one conversation, their life would have been saved. This is why mental health services need more funding, and we need to start talking about these issues openly like I have today. After all, we could hopefully be saving lives. Alright guys, so that's my speech. I had to say all that in like 4 minutes earlier, so I said it a lot faster than I did just then, but I feel like saying it slower and saying it with emphasis really just lets it sink in to you guys, and I hope you guys took something away from that. And moving forward, if you see any warning signs on any of your friends or any of your family, reach out for help. There's so many places you can go. I know it's hard, but trust me, you're doing the best thing you can do for your friends. And if you're the person who's struggling right now, and if people know about it or don't, still reach out for help. If you're listening to this video right now, or you're watching this, and you know that you're suffering, but you haven't told anyone, please, I urge you, get in contact. I'm going to leave some links to resources that I'm going to leave mostly UK resources just because that's what I know best, but I'll also leave some international ones in the description. So there should be something for everyone down there. If you guys need help, if you guys need any support whatsoever, try and use the resources down below. I'm going to leave some ones that have helped me before, and I'm going to leave some ones that I know are really useful. And if you don't know what to do, then please message me, get in touch. My Instagram is @real.lolly. My Twitter is @reallollyYT. My Discord is lolly #6250, I believe, but I'll just check that now just to make sure I got the number right. I'll just let my Discord live for a second. But yeah, guys, please reach out for help. Honestly, it's so important. And if any of you are feeling like this, I urge you, please just seek help, because things will get better, I promise. Yeah, my Discord is lolly #6250. So if you want to add me, send me a friend request, message me, I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. If you're feeling like you're struggling with anything, please reach out to get some help with the links in the description, or send me a message, drop me a DM. I'll be happy to talk to you, and hopefully I can help you moving forward, and hopefully your friends and the people around you can help you move forward. And if you build a strong group of people around you, and if you try and get a strong connections with people, and get a strong group of people who can help lift you up, then hopefully you guys will be okay. And I'm sure you guys will be okay. Things do get better, I promise. I've been at a point before where I thought nothing would change and everything would stay the same, but just live with the uncertainty of today instead of the certainty of no tomorrow. And that's the note I'm going to leave you guys on. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've taken something away from my speech today. And yeah, hope you guys are having a good day. I'll post again soon. Take care. See you later.